We have
It's
a
something that
special,
you actually,
moment.
as
We have a
a
very
player,
special moment.
are
Mr.
always-
Bobby Motaung is with us. Yes. Don't leave. Don't leave. Just tell us about this moment. The feeling, the fans, everyone.
It's a long journey ahead, but it's for these people. They must enjoy. They travel too many distances. Joburg, Tembisa, everywhere. Bumalanga, Devon, they only here for fun. They must enjoy. I think it's a journey. We're not there yet, but we're cooking it.
The coach says trust the process.
It's a process. It's a journey. He knows. He was a coach at Chiefs. It's a process. He started the foundation, Sean himself. So it's a journey. Give it patience and time.
Sean, please, we're not letting him go, please. You know him better. How is he feeling right now? The fans, the team.
For them, I love these people.
No, I think he knows, and I think, like Sia said as well, this is a brand, this is a club that's recognized not just on the continent but around the world, and the fans appreciate and deserve it more than anybody else.
And to build it, it takes time. It's not overnight success.
Yeah.
It's a building process. We are there. The league is not over yet.
Oh, bold statement. See, bold statement.
Big statement.
And the new signing
He
delivered.
played for Chiefs. You know the pressure that goes with it. You know what's passionate about? It's about these people.
And the new signing delivered.
Well, let's see how they go the whole season.
Yeah.
Early days.
Early days.
But there's purpose why we signed them. There's a purpose, there's a reason. Quality is what we wanted. So to have these young boys experience, quality, that's what we wanted to do. So Sean knows and he knows. This jersey is very heavy.
Yeah. Many are called, but few are chosen.
But it's for these people. They pack the stadium, they love the game, we do it for them. That's all.
Enjoy it.
Mr. Bobby Motaung.
Can do amazing things for a team. A goal, a win away at a tough place can do amazing things. The highs, the pure ecstasy, the over-enthusiastic, overzealous joy and happiness you can get from a win in sports can do amazing things to people, to fans, to the players. And that, you saw it right there. That was Bobby Motaung talking about, the title race is not over, suggesting that Kaizer Chiefs might come back and do something miraculous. I don't know if he realized that Kaizer Chiefs are 17 points behind Mamelodi Sundowns, who are number 1. We are 8 points behind Orlando Pirates, who are number 2. And we've played 17 games, a game more than Mamelodi Sundowns at 16. And we've played 3 games more than Orlando Pirates, who are second. But yeah, that's, if hats off, if Kaizer Chiefs comes back and makes a title race of this, I'm not even talking about win it, but I'm just talking about challenging, maybe finishing 3rd or something like that. That would be an incredible achievement. But I just don't see it happening. Kaizer Chiefs have a goal difference of +1. We've scored 20, conceded 19. That is not a title challenging, not even winning. That's not a title challenging team. But anyway, today, even though I spoke so much about Kaizer Chiefs to begin, but I really want to talk about the title race in South Africa. We saw Mamelodi Sundowns lose midweek. Who did they lose? They lost to... Wait a minute. What's the team? They lost to TS Galaxy. Yes, they lost to TS Galaxy after thumping Orlando Pirates last weekend 4-1. And and I think that means the title race is not over because, as I mentioned earlier, Orlando Pirates are 2 games behind Mamelodi Sundowns, and now this is Orlando Pirates and Sundowns, and Orlando Pirates are how many points? They are 9 points behind Mamelodi Sundowns. They have 33 points. Mamelodi Sundowns has 42 points. And so that got me thinking, is the title race over or can Orlando Pirates do something to come back and win? Anyway, before we get into that, please make sure you follow us on Instagram at We Talk Football 24. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share. That helps us a lot. Also follow us on Facebook at We Talk Football. And yeah, we haven't done a video on South African PSL football in a long time, so I thought this would be a great chance to do that. But yeah, let's get into it. The PSL, South African Football League, is it over? Is the title race over? Are we awarding Mamelodi Sundowns the title? Are we already strapping yellow ribbons around the PSL trophy? Are we already sending it to Pretoria or Tshwane for the 8th time in a row? Or can someone do something? Can Orlando Pirates come back from a 9-point deficit against the greatest, now the greatest team in South African history, Mamelodi Sundowns? Can Orlando Pirates come back this season and win it and pip Mamelodi Sundowns to the title? I don't know. I don't think so. But let's explore that, It's been a really good season. I think it's been one of the more closer races that we've had in the past few seasons. We've seen, Mamelodi Sundowns run away with the league for a few years now. Last season, they finished, I think, with 72 points, while Orlando Pirates had like 50, 51, 52 points. And that was like a 20-point gap. Orlando Pirates never really got started. And Orlando Pirates ended up being a cup team. But we've seen this year, Orlando Pirates have put in a concerted effort into the league. And not saying they've neglected the cup competitions, because we saw them win the MTN 8 early on this season. And they're still doing well in many cup competitions. But I feel like last year, Orlando Pirates felt like they were closer to Mamelodi Sundowns, even though they were like 20 points behind them in the league race. And I think that's really down to how they played Mamelodi Sundowns in, their individual battles. They played Mamelodi Sundowns as tough as anyone. And I think at the end of the season, last season, when Orlando Pirates won the Nedbank Cup, that gave Orlando Pirates confidence to say, we can actually go up against Mamelodi Sundowns, this juggernaut. It's not so invincible. And inversely, Mamelodi Sundowns felt like, whoa, here's a team that could challenge us, that could derail what we're running here. The South African League has become somewhat of a farmers' league. And Mamelodi Sundowns are the farmer. Seriously, they own it, right? It's theirs. So, that win, that cup win, even if it came in the cup final, the Nedbank Cup final, anything can happen at that point, right? Like, we always hear any given Sunday, and, truly, any given Sunday, any team can win, right? We saw Makhesi beat Mamelodi Sundowns in the Telkom Cup final, right? Just this season. So, but I think more than that, it gave Pirates the confidence to say we can challenge it, and they've been challenging. Now, throughout the season, they've been playing really well. They've played a lot of games. Now, that's the other thing for Orlando Pirates, because they reach so many cup finals, and they play an entire full season. Right? Finishing second. They are second currently. That takes a toll on the players, especially because they have like young players, and they depend on young players like Relebogile Mfokeng. And in that instance, right, you find players getting fatigued and tired. And even though they win and they want to carry on, just sometimes the burnout from these games gets a little too much for players. I think I watched the Soweto derby 2 weeks ago, And I even sent a message to my group chat, right? My football group chat. And I said, right? He looks tired. He was quite anonymous in the game until the penalty incident. And I think, of course, Kaiser Chiefs played really well defensively, but it's also just because he's tired. We saw it last week against Mamelodi Sundowns as well. It's not like Mamelodi Sundowns had like this resolute defensive structure to shut him out. But I think it's just because he looked tired. He looked quite fatigued. I watched last week's game as well. And that could be the downfall for Orlando Pirates because they're not that far off. Seriously, they're not that far off. I mean, if they had won that game last week against Sundowns, or maybe if they got a draw or something out of the game, they'd be even closer. They have 2 games in hand, which I think they are definitely, they are definitely in line to winning and make it like a 3-point gap. So if they win, let's imagine we can't, we saw Liverpool this week. They drew their game in hand against Everton, a team that's fighting relegation. So you can't really say, these games in hand are given. Especially because if you're Orlando Pirates, you're going to be under pressure. You're going to be under pressure to win. You're also under pressure to play well, even though you feel fatigued, right? You feel tired mentally, physically. These players, you could see them. And they're not a given. But having said all that, if Orlando Pirates wins their games in hand, if they win both games, they'll collect 6 points, and that will put them 3 points, just 3 points behind Mamelodi Sundowns with the last few games of the season coming in. Look at this. If they win, right? Let's say they win both games and they sit 3 points behind. There'll be how many games left? That will be like 14 games left, right? And in 14 games, anything can happen in football. They can come back. But I just think because Mamelodi Sundowns, now switching to Mamelodi Sundowns, they're such a huge juggernaut. It's so difficult to beat Mamelodi Sundowns in a title race in a long season. And what I saw last week was a huge contrast. I saw Mamelodi Sundowns with so much energy, with so much verve, with so much killer will to beat Orlando Pirates. And they were hungrier. They were hungrier to get to balls. They were hungrier to attack, to go forward. And they did that so well with so much poison and venom, right? Ribeiro just took over the game. His second goal was just like, how did he do that? He went through the entire team from his own half and went to the other half and scored a brilliant finish, a great goal. That just showed you that's typical. That's what I'm talking about right now. Right? Like if there was ever a testament to what I'm saying, that was it. The energy that I'm talking about, or lack thereof, from Orlando Pirates, and the complete contrast where Mamelodi Sundowns players still have the energy to run from one side of the pitch to the other with the ball and finish the way Ribeiro did. And I think that's where the huge difference lies in this title race. Will Orlando Pirates have an Arsenal moment, right? When I mean like an Arsenal Dubai moment where they can go away. Arsenal, you know what happened last season. Went away to Dubai, they came back. Prime Brazil 2002, prime Barcelona 2009, 2011. Can Pirates dig deep and do that? Can they go in the second half and find something deep where they can say, you know what, we're locking in, going hellaciously, like fighting bulldogs, and go for the title? I think they have that in them. Like Pirates has it in them to win games, to go on a run. But they really have to dig deep and find energy, reserves of energy that probably they've never had before. Because seriously, if I look at the table, right, they've scored 26 goals and conceded 10. That's not too bad considering like before last week they had conceded only 6 goals, and they conceded 4 against Sundowns. But I think that's also just because, as again, they were tired. Mamelodi Sundowns have conceded 7. They've scored 35. Now I think also they have to increase their goals tally. I think Relebogile Mofokeng is probably like the best number 1 or number 2 player in South Africa. I think he's number 1. I think he's a great player. Or rather, let me say, I think he's the most talented right now. He's the most talented player in South Africa right now. I think like you could say Ribeiro is currently number 1, but also Ribeiro has the experience. He's won more. He's older. Relebogile Mofokeng is like what, 19, 18? And so he's got so many years to be number 1, so many years to progress and develop. But then I think he needs to step up and score more goals for Pirates. Pirates have scored 26 goals. It's great. But when you're competing against Mamelodi Sundowns, you want to be at least at 30 goals right now. You want to score more goals. You want to be more lethal. You want to show more killer will, more energy, more verve to score goals, which is going to be key for Pirates, right? So let's see. It's an interesting title race. I really hope that, or rather, let me say, I'd really have loved if Kaizer Chiefs were in it. We're not. We're not even close. And I think we're so far. Next season, I don't think we're going to do anything. I think we also need to start winning cup competitions first to really consider ourselves back in any title race. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about some South African football. It's really interesting. It's a really good title race. Let's see if Mamelodi Sundowns can stronghold at the top as they've done over the years. Can Orlando Pirates do something in the season and come back and win the title? Maybe. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, follow us everywhere. And have yourselves a nice weekend. Awareness.